Hi, my name is Nur Hosseini and I'm a data scientist at TIBCO, and I'm here to teach you how to get the most out of using Team Studio. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks about how to navigate through this canvas and specifically this workflow. So this side menu here, you've got both the operators and the data toggle. The data shows you the different data connectors that you have and the different files within each of those. The operators also has a drop down where you can select, say, more specific types of operators that you might be more interested in depending on your work. You can, of course, hide this away if that's more useful to you. When you drop in an operator into the workspace, it will immediately appear red, and that means that you need to configure it. You can configure it in a few different ways. You can right-click and see Edit Operator Properties. You can also select it and go to the bottom where it says Edit Operator in the bottom menu. You can also double-click and it will automatically open up the operator and its configurations. Another thing to note is that any parameters that you would need to configure for the operator to work, any baseline parameters, would appear yellow in this sort of highlighted format. Sometimes there will be some text to accompany that as well. You can also rename things, so you can select the name at the top and you'll be able to rename. You can also get there by selecting the little pencil, and you can also do this by just hovering over the name as before and changing it directly in the canvas. And this is sometimes useful because then you can be more specific about what your operator is doing, as opposed to just having another one dropped in and another one dropped in that's just called one. So specifying what you're trying to do is always recommended. You can see results of your operators in the tray at the bottom. If you select this little triangle, you can also hide them away if that's more appropriate. And depending on the operator, you will get different views here. You can actually expand it out further if that's of interest, or into another tab entirely. The nice thing about this tab as well is that you can see the different workflow results for all the different operators in one go. You can display a grid if that helps you align your operators more systematically. If you'd like them to be a little bit less erratic, you can remove it, of course. You can copy individual operators simply by selecting them. You can use copy at the bottom, or again through the menu, or just with your keyboard as you normally do. You can also copy multiple operators by selecting them with the lasso, and that's just holding down the mouse to select more than one. And again, same thing, copy and paste as before. You can delete from the menu at the bottom, and that would delete all that you had previously selected. You can also just backspace. That's also perfectly fine. What is important is to be able to save your work and to look at the different versions of your work and the workflow itself. So every time you change something, clicking save automatically brings up a little box where you can put in a comment. So for example, creating video would be the one I would do here. That would be saved. If I wanted to revert back to an older version, I can do that by going to the actions. If you look at flow history, you'll be able to see these are the different flow histories from my colleague Steven previously. This is the one I just created with you. We can replace current with one of the different versions if that's what's required. You can also export the whole flow into an XML file. If you find out any more tips or tricks, send them my way. Thanks for watching.